Hey guys, Big Louie here from LOU2RETRO, and just a quick pickups video here from some stuff that we got, and a little bit of a discussion, I guess, in the backside of it. So first off, I mentioned before that I've been doing a little bit of eBay buying here as of late, just had some extra gift cards and stuff laying around, and just trying to use the rest of those gift cards. And I bought another little lot of stuff. I have a guy in class with me that he's been really big into, he was big into Game Gear, and he bought this little Game Gear thing, and it's kind of got me on this little Game Gear kick. So I've been buying some Game Gear games, usually because they're cheap, and you can usually get them for, you know, $2 a piece or whatever, depending on the lot that you buy. So I got a lot of 3. And somehow I'm surprised I didn't have these games. What's weird is when you look at these lots, like almost every single lot has Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic Chaos, Echo the Dolphin. It's really weird. I mean, they must have had tons of those games. And they're not all the same person that's posting those lots, so it's really odd how like everybody had the same games. So first game here is Sonic the Hedgehog, or Sonic Chaos. And it actually came with a really dirty Sega Game Gear game case. So I don't really use well, I guess I do use the game cases, what I have now, but I'm going to be building a shelf here in the next couple months. So I'll probably, I don't know, I may toss that, I don't know, I may just put it in the box with the rest of the cases. Echo the Dolphin. This was, you know, in reading the Console Wars book, this was kind of a big game, this Echo the Dolphin game. They kind of brought girls, if I remember correctly, it brought girls into video gaming because, you know, you're a dolphin and you're going on this adventure. And I think this was one of the big Blast Mode 7 processing games. I don't recall exactly. I just know that the IP, being a dolphin, kind of drew girls in. So the other big one here was Fatal Fury Special. I guess the big one out of the 3 would be Fatal Fury Special. And I haven't played any of these games yet, but I'm guessing this is a fighting game. So that's kind of cool. This one's probably the more expensive one of the 3 that's in the lot there. So cool to get those. And then also I got a coupon from the vintage stock store that's here local for, it was buy 2 get 1 free. And I've been kind of scouting them out because I've sold a few of my doubles and things like that, and I've been waiting for them to do a buy 2 get 1 free sale so that I could go buy a bunch of games and get, you know, 30% off essentially, or 33% off of all the games, because they've really restocked their shelves lately and they have a lot of Nintendo stuff. So I was pretty happy about that. However, I only had the 1 coupon, so I could really only do this once. So if I guess Easter time they're going to come out with a big buy 2 get 1 free, and I'll probably just make like 5 or 6 purchases and get a bunch of games. So the 3rd game's always free. So first off, what I spent the coupon on are these 3 games. So, and you know, I paid probably around retail price for 2 of these, and 1 of these was probably a little bit right about retail. Like I said, the other 2 were under. So first off, I have Konami Life Force and Chippendale Rescue Rangers. It's kind of a big title right there. A lot of people like that game. And then finally, like a very mint condition Mega Man 6. So this is my first NES Mega Man game, and I never got into the Mega Man IP too much when I was a kid, just because the video store never had it. It was always checked out, and my parents never bought it for me, or I never bought it for myself, I guess I should say. Just never had it. I've played the Mega Mans before, but I never really got into it a lot, like a lot of people did. So for me, this one was, you know, it's cool to have it, but it wasn't, you know, it's not one of those things that I had to have right away like Zeldas. I really went after the Zeldas early on. So, and I'm kind of excited to start getting a lot of these Mega Man games. And I do have some for the SNES. And then I had just finished going through all of my Atari games, and as I was walking by the Atari rack, they have their Atari games there for like $1.99, and these are two that I stuck out to me because I'm very into getting the original releases for the game system. So for the NES, I like the black box games, and I'm trying to collect all those. And then I was just doing reading on the Atari original games and how they had numbers in front of the game names on the labels. So I saw these sitting out, and I have Combat. I didn't have Blackjack, but I saw the numbers, and I was like, I got to get these. So Combat and Blackjack. And then also, I've been going through all the variants for my games on my Atari, and I have a lot of different variants. So at some point in time, I'll probably do a video talking about the different variants. And then also that day, I found a couple good deals on 2 other Game Gear games. So I got Incredible Crash Test Dummies for the Game Gear, and what is this? Oh, T2, the arcade game. So those would be good to add to the collection as well. And then finally, the last thing I wanted to talk about is Retro Magazine. So if you recall, I got the first issue when it came out, and I actually got this when I was game hunting with a guy that wrote one of the articles in here. All right, here it is. Couldn't find it. So Willie Culver, I was William Culver. He does the Arcade USA podcast, and I had the opportunity to go game hunting with him one day, and we, had a good time. Didn't really find a whole lot of games. He found some. I don't think I bought anything except for this magazine. But this was the very first issue of the magazine, and I was really excited about it. And I thought they did a good job. So my wife ended up buying me a subscription for. It was a Black Friday sale that they had. So I had some issues initially getting it at the beginning. It took a little bit longer, and they said they were going to send me like an extra one to kind of help me catch up on them. And by that point in time, they had already sold a couple issues, and I couldn't get them because they were already out of stock, and I should have gotten them ahead of time. So the first issue I got was issue 5. And they were really good about releasing them every issue until then. So come this Black Friday, I still hadn't closed out and I hadn't gotten my last issue yet. And here we are, December, January, February, 3 months later, and I just got I guess this should be my last issue. Of course, it says on here, issues left 1. So that makes it sound like I have one more issue coming to me. I talked to publisher, So-Called Mike, and he said he was going to get me the issue number 4 a couple times now. He said he was going to send it. He hasn't done it yet, but they were way behind publishing on this, and I know that they had some issues with a couple things, but it's really cool. It's a Star Wars issue dedicated just to Star Wars, and they also do first-person shooters, and it's kind of a double cover issue. So now that I have my last issue, or potentially one issue away from getting my last issue, I would be happy with just this. I will go ahead and renew for another year, but I don't know how many of you subscribe to this magazine, but they have been having a few problems getting this one released. I don't know if it had something to do with Star Wars IP, Disney ownership of it now. I don't really know, but it's jam-packed full of lots of Star Wars talk, Star Wars video game talk. So I'm happy to potentially close out, you know, the first year, and I can move on with my life. But waiting for this thing, every day I go to the mail, I go look for this thing, and it's never there. And I'm like, oh, are you serious? Not another day. And I don't want to be that guy that keeps emailing the publisher. But it, you know, it's a little frustrating when you're at the point where you're just about to transition to a new year, and you don't want to have a gap in your coverage and miss an episode or miss an issue when I just know that I'm like 2, 3, and 4 issues 2, 3, and 4 I don't have. So if anybody out there has issues 2, 3, or 4 and they're just sitting around and they don't want them, let me know, because we need them. Those are the only ones that we're missing. So with that, I think that is all I have. I need to get these games up on the shelf and make sure my daughter is cleaning her room. So thanks a lot. I know I still have to edit the last video, and hopefully I can get this video edited and put them both up tonight. So thanks a lot.